You are hereby arrested by order of His Majesty the King.
Where are they?
Here, sire.
Sir, remember that thief that stole a royal emerald from the vault? He stabbed the king.
Send them to the brig.
Yes, sire.
Hello, Adam. Samir.
Man, please, I could explain. TBB.
Enough. Not only did you not get the pearl, but risk the security of the Rifted Order by allowing TBB to get it.
President Abora, please, this is a misunderstanding. Ma'am.
Enough! Sukaina, take them to their cells.
Yes, sir. Come in, Command Center. Current instance, X45U3, set to minus 90 seconds.
Sir, they're all gone.
So is the cruise ship. They probably boarded and left. Alert the cruise line. We will catch up to the ship and board. We must capture the fugitives.
Yes, sire.
Now one step closer.
Welcome, TBB.
You dirty thief. You stole the pearl from me.
Was I supposed to let you have it?
Nothing matters now. We failed. They're gonna kill us.
Us too? TBB caused all of this. He did. Why are we taking the punishment for it?
You're not. We are executing TBB. We have other plans for you and Adam. Follow me, TBB. Follow the order one last time.
I've worked here a long time and I've never seen this room.
Because you never had a reason to. This is the story chamber.
Are you gonna torture me while showing me fun stories to ease the pain, make it more humane?
No, of course not.
Not surprised. This order lacks any sanity whatsoever anyway.
The story chamber is the place we take all recruits who are going to be executed. We show them a plethora of memory-like recreated stories before they die. These stories are the very tales of the Order's founding. The history behind it all, behind everything recruits have dedicated their lives to. We show them what they really been fighting for, unveil the secrets of the Order before we kill them.
And why would a heartless organization grant this holy gift?
We want to show them that they have been indeed supporting something greater than themselves. We give their life meaning before we dispose of it.
How generous.
Before I sit you down, I need to explain how time and reality works so you understand the stories you will be shown. Reality and time are made up of time particles. Time progression is merely time particles gaining a short burst of energy and then decaying. When a time particle decays, it seeps in between the threads of reality into a place beyond the boundaries of time. The third Trimension, the end. The decayed time particles stay there for the rest of eternity because matter cannot be created nor destroyed, only transferred to other masses. Are you still with me?
Go on.
Okay. Knowing that time progression is just time particles gaining bursts of energy, rifts form when an excessive amount of time particles decay in one dense area. Rifts continue to suck in time particles around it, causing them to exponentially grow until everything is gone. As you know, altered instances cause rifts, and altered instances occur when time particles undergo mutations that change them. A normal instance should seemingly progress on to the next. However, altered instances don't seemingly progress on because different things happen in them, changing the course of time and rewriting what's ahead. Note, there is not a multiverse. This is the only reality and only one of you exists. Altered instances don't form because someone chose to do something. It's because the time particles changed what would have been their instinct. People have no control over the cause of an altered instance. Because altered instances redirect the course of time if the instance isn't reset, time particles are working twice as much, meaning that they're decaying twice as fast. This will eventually cause a rift.
So, if altered instances can happen at any time at random, does that mean the Order always existed to stop them?
No. Before civilization invented time travel, all time particles were in balance. It was not until the very first time machine that the stability of the timeline's particles were lost, creating the possibility of mutated time particles, hence the creation of the Rifted Order.
And how is it that the Order has the ability to manipulate these time particles? I mean, you can clearly freeze the timeline whenever you please. That is how recruits enter the timeline to go on missions.
We will get there, TBB. Our history was built from the lives of several billions of people. Come, take a seat here. All you need to do is sit, and I will project the story through your eyes like a memory.
How does that work? I'll just remember it automatically?
It is more like a dream. You'll be watching these events happen like it's a movie, and you're the narrator. I insert the story into the system.
Some sort of torture chair in disguise, I reckon. I've learned not to trust you these last few days.
Trust is but an excuse to live with a fact you accept. TBB. Long ago, the world was in an era of technology and development. Even current times haven't reached yet. Almost everything perceivable to the human mind existed. Everything but one thing. A time machine. This would change the universe, allowing it to traverse the written and unwritten worlds. Once it was available to the public, thousands of civilians used it daily to their convenience. This short period was the golden age of life. However, new technology comes with unknown consequences. The fabric of reality was never experienced sways in time particle energy bursts, and the timeline lost its stability. Eventually, after millions of teleportations through space-time, the fabric of reality ripped open in the sky, forming the very first rift. No one knew what to do or how to react. No one realized the gravity of the situation. Our story begins with the first end of the world, the founding of an organization that will best the threats of time, and a mercenary. Prepare to hear the tale of all tales, TBB, the tale of the Trimensions.
Finally, where's TBB?
He's gonna meet us down here.
Oh, there he is. Let me go get him. What the? Nathan! Nathan, something happened. I don't know what or how, why.
Spit it out!
TBB just disappeared.
What do you mean he disappeared?
He was standing in the atrium and then he just... Wait a minute. I was standing outside of the restaurant, but once he disappeared, I was back inside of it.
Are you saying that the order reset the instance?
Nathan, that's the only logical explanation to what I just experienced. They must have morphed him or something and then reset the instance to prevent further disruptions. You know how dangerous it is to morph people in instead of properly exiting the timeline. The order only does it in emergency situations.
Okay, so what do we do?
Well, we need to save him.
I know that, Ali, but we can't exactly break into the rifted order, and the stasis chambers aren't an option. We need to get in unnoticed.
How is that even possible, Nathan?
I don't know. Something's off. You stop moving.
Attention guests of the Trident of the Seas. We have made an emergency stop. The King has requested to board the ship in search for fugitives of the Crown. Please remain calm. Your sail will continue after the ship has been searched. The cruise line will
Seize them, goddammit.
Ali, run!
Thank you for sailing with the FHCL.
The inventors of time travel felt responsible for the formation of the rift. In response, they formed a group of specialized trained agents to face the anomaly, the Rifted Order. The inventors hastily set up training in experimental areas where they would plan out their course of action. Through their studies of time and the fabric of reality, they deduced that the rift was formed from constant time traveling and its effects on the decaying of time particles. They needed to get to the end, the dimension beyond time, but it would be too risky to enter through the rift. In order to safely venture into the unknown, they decided to build a portal, a structure similar to that of a contained rift to the end. For their plan to succeed, the inventors would need to gather rare resources to create cases that could harness decayed time itself to activate the portal, something never done before. To gather the rare materials needed to build such cases, they hired a mercenary, one that would become the Rifted Order's most famous recruit. Along with the inventors, the mercenary traveled across the lands to gather a plethora of rare resources whose properties could be altered and combined to harness dead time itself. When the order returned, they were caught off guard by the sight of an ever-growing rift. Hastened by this discovery, the inventors created the first of 12 cases needed to harness dead time particles. They called them the 12 Pearls. The 12 pearls contained enough decayed time particles to open a controlled hole into the end. Once the portal was created, the founders of the Order brought together a unit of recruits led by the mercenary to go into the End and explore the boundaries outside of time in hopes to find any way to close the rift. The recruits discovered that everything inside of the End was formed of the decayed time particles that seeped through the fabric of reality once they lost their energy. Their discoveries were crucial to the Order, but the recruits needed to find a way to bring this information to the founders. The team couldn't return through the portal from the End because the 12 pearls that kept it stable and safe to use only worked from traveling to the End. Instead, the recruits figured that because the rift consumes the world from all directions, they could simply throw their journals off the island. In theory, the journals would find their way through the rift, thus transporting their newfound knowledge to the Rifted Order. Miraculously, their plan worked, and through just mere minutes, the recruits were able to transport bulks of information back to the timeline without leaving the End. Once the founders learned of the matter that formed the End, they deduced that the rift would not stop growing until it had consumed all active time particles in its path. There was only one solution to this problem. The Order would have to re-energize the decayed time particles in the End and drag them back into the timeline, closing the rift by stitching the tear it made in the fabric of reality. Once they formed their plan, the founders worked non-stop to form what they called the Time Particle Energizer. They would shoot a beam of pure time energy into the rift, making contact with the decayed time particles in the End. This would re-energize all of the time particles in the End, causing them to seep back into the timeline, but this time in the form of physical matter. However, one unsolvable problem remained. Once activated, the Time Particle Energizer would not be able to deactivate until it detected no more time particles in the End. It would effectively empty the mass of the End into the overworld, which would, concluded by the founders, mold another layer of the world. The founders would be playing God, creating a new world for all to live in. And thus began Operation Reconstruction.
Sir, I'm going to retrieve Nathan and Ale. They are drawing too much attention with the royal guards on the timeline. We need to arrest them now. Would you like to come?
I need to monitor this right now. Do not morph them in like we did with TBB. It'll disrupt time too much. Treat it like an altered instance. Send a team immediately.
Yes, sir.
Ali, the Order is coming to arrest us. We need a plan now.
If they already know we're here, there's nothing we can do.
Ali, we need to kill whoever comes through.
We can't kill recruits. There has to be another...
Shut up and take out your crossbow.
Sir, get out of my way. Under authority of His Majesty. Hey, what?
Follow my lead.
Come on out, Nathan. Ale. You are arrested for your betrayal against the...
Don't move.
We are going to re-enter the order unnoticed. You are going to tell the command center we have successfully been captured and are coming back.
You can't expect me to listen to your orders.
You're gonna have to.
Tell them now.
Come in, command center. Fugitives captured. Current instance, Z112U8. Set to -2 minutes.
Now give me your equipment.
What do you expect me to do?
Stay.
Under authority of his... Wait. I swear I saw them come down here.
The rift entered its final, most destructive stage and began ripping apart full structures in addition to its progressive tear of the world. In this time, the Rifted Order set up more TPEs, hoping that it would hasten the activation of the decayed time particles in the end before the rift engulfed everything. They were correct to assume so, as colorful cracks formed from the seeping of time particles back into the timeline adorned the sky. Although some didn't have faith in the Founders' plans, many citizens trusted the Founders to transport them up to the soon-to-be new world. The Founders created a new technology that vertically dispersed one's atoms, sending them upward for a certain distance to then be reformed. It was a complicated and unstable technology, but it is the same technology that the Order still uses to enter the timeline today. While there was some hope for the people in the city, the fate of the team sent to the end was much darker. Since the Founders had no way to communicate with those sent to the end, they could not warn them of the soon dismantling of the dimension. By the time the team picked up on critical shifts in time energy, it was too late. The team's exposure to that much active time energy killed them. Once the TPEs activated and absorbed all of the time energy from the end, physical chunks of time began merging into the timeline. These chunks of time formed a new world, a new dimension, the Overworld. The Founders, alongside those who followed them, rematerialized in the Overworld, confused and lost. The world they once knew now lay beneath their feet. The previous world was exposed to significant levels of heat and toxic gases deep within the Earth. This exposure transformed the previous world into one of fire and death. In the overworld, the founders lay before a massive island which they believed was the body of mass that sealed the rift, repairing the fabric of reality. Over the next 100 years, those who survived formed a kingdom on the island, attempting to recreate the life they once lived. In this time, factions were also formed, and many of them left the island to discover vast new lands. Eventually, a team of archaeologists dug deep into the island in hopes of relocating their fallen city. They successfully found the remains of their city from ages past, infected by a form of physical dead time left behind from the sealing of the rift. The dig site provided an opportunity for the infection to spread onto the island. Living within this infection was a blind beast brought to life by the souls lost to the past world. The powerful creature made its way up to the island, raining terror and death across the kingdom. It followed the scent of the people to guide its way through the kingdom, killing everyone it encountered, causing the island to be put on lockdown. A battalion of royal guards confronted the beast, but not even an army stood a chance against the powerful foe. Nobody survived the massacre, and the beast made its way back to its lost city. Over the next 100,000 years, the tale of the Northern Isles turned into myth. Humanity's biggest invention, a time-traveling device, led to the discovery of the End, the destruction that became the Nether, and the formation of the Overworld, the Trimensions that the Rifted Order is dedicated to protect.
As you saw, due to the events of the past, the Rifted Order grew into something much bigger than planned. A formidable group of talented individuals.
Stop it with your scripted speech. You still haven't told me what I really want to know.
And what could that possibly be, TBB?
Why do you want the pearl?
Ah, question asker indeed. Follow me to your execution. As you learn from the tale, the pearl you have so graciously brought us is a part of a set of 12. Despite being created by the Rifted Order, the founders knew that they could never reopen the End, as even the risk of opening a portal was too great. The founders scattered them across the timeline and then, well, they killed themselves. The trauma of what they had caused was too great.
Understandably.
What you and your group didn't know is that 11 other groups were sent out to collect the other pearls, each doing so successfully. As the president of the Rifted Order, I am planning an expedition to the End.
Did you not just say that the Order swore never to open it again?
Yes, but you see, we have found something.
No, that can't be.
Our trimensional monitoring team has detected life inside of the End, something we have believed to be impossible, as life only exists within the bounds of time particles. We believe it might be one of the original agents sent in long ago, or even the Pearl Knight.
Being the leader of an authority that monitors reality, I doubt you're dumb enough to reopen the End and risk the remaining stability of time in hopes to save a long-lost hero.
It's time for you to rest, TBB.
The screaming, do you... All those people... Make it stop.
Hello again, TBB.
No.
I've just come to remind you that I am still here.
Make it stop.
Oh, the screaming? Must be a world of pain those people are in to scream that loud.
Get out of my head!
Well, I just want you to know that all of that pain, that world of pain, well, that'll be something that befalls you very, very soon.
TBB, you need help.
Sir, is everything okay? I heard screams
I need to take TBB to Enigma containment. Now!
Emergency Protocol 23! Everyone out of the way!
Where could they have taken him?
We should check the
Emergency notice to all recruits. Agents Nathan and Ale have entered the order unauthorized.
Nathan?
I repeat, Agents Nathan and Ale have entered the order unauthorized.
I'm gonna need backup in the atrium. Under the authority of the President, you are hereby arrested for the betrayal against the Rifted Order.
TBB, before we begin, you need to help me understand what is happening to you.
I don't know. It hurts. It's been haunting me. My dreams, in visions.
TBB, do you know what that is?
No.
I'm sorry. I need to test you. What flashed before our eyes, it was a plant.
Why would a plant be stalking me? Are you listening to yourself?
TBB, that type of plant is called a chorus plant. It can only be found in the end. Whatever connection you have to this, I need to know before we reopen the portal. Think.
Sir, I was told I could find you here. Agents Nathan and Ale, they ambushed my team and broke in. Some agents were able to capture them at the entrance. They're in stations outside. What's going on?
TBB, one moment please. I need to go speak with I need to go speak with someone.
Finally, just me and you.
No, please, no, not again, no.
It's nice to finally speak with you face to face. How cute. You won't be able to touch me, TBB.
Get out of my head!
Oh, but I can't. You and me, we thrive from the same thread of destiny.
I don't know what you are.
I'm what you call an old friend.
What did I ever do to you?
You know exactly what you did to me. All those years ago, I am coming back to get what I deserve, what you took from me. I will break you from the inside out. I will wreak havoc on all of reality and torture anyone that stands between you and me. I will crumble this pathetic order until you suffer like you made me suffer all those years ago.
Please, I've never seen you before. Just let me go.
Oh, but TBB, you made me, you pathetic mercenary.
Alright, TBB, now we can examine. Holy! What did you do?
It's coming. For me. The order. Everything.
The chorus plant?
It's not just a plant, Bora. It's out to get me. It's trying to break me, and it called me by a name.
What are you getting at?
It said that I am the mercenary.
What are you playing at, TBB?
I remember.
Attention all personnel. Initiate code 363 emergency protocols. Attention all personnel. Initiate code 363 emergency protocols.
We need to act quickly. Contact all units on standby. We need all the help we can get in there. Put the order on lockdown until the threat is neutralized. Also, please set up monitoring stations in the
What is that?
The life we detected, it wasn't an agent lost to time, nor the Pearl Knight. The decayed time particles from the last decade. They formed a wretched beast in the end. The decayed particles have formed a dragon.
That isn't even possible. No living essence can exist outside the bounds of time.
Not to our limited knowledge, no. But we clearly don't know everything, even if it isn't adding up. We need to kill that thing now.
We need to just leave it alone, sir. Killing a dragon wreaks enough havoc, but killing a dragon made of decayed time itself? Do you have any idea what we'd be unleashing onto the world?
That dragon must fall.
Should I fetch TBB?
He's a lost cause, lost to his own mind. He's going to eat himself alive. It's time for Adam and Samir to join us, so I'm going to get them. Get Nathan and Ali, suit them up, and bring them to the portal.
Right away.
Attention all personnel. Initiate code 363 emergency protocols. Attention all personnel. Initiate code 363 emergency protocols.
Your time of redemption has come.
Attention all personnel. Initiate code 363 emergency protocols.
Look who came running back to us in time of desperation. Mr. President.
Your life is dispensable, so this situation is perfect for your last contribution to the Order. Follow me to the armory now. We have a dragon
Attention all
to kill.
personnel. Initiate code 363 emergency protocols. Attention all personnel. Initiate code 363 emergency protocols.
We await your command, sir.
There are already agents in there facing the threat. The beast must fall at all costs.
Attention all personnel. Initiate code 363 emergency protocols.
Any sign of betrayal from any of you is treason, and you will meet a quick death after the threat has been dealt with.
Where's TBB?
TBB could not bear living with himself any longer. He is dead.
What? No. This can't be true.
You killed him, you liar. You killed him.
You can't be serious. You've grown soft for a loner? Huh. The pathetic waste of life. We are entering the portal now.
Guys, I think the dragon's getting help from the crystal. We need to destroy them.
You heard him. Light him up.
It's been a long day, TBB. How about you go take a breather? You were the very monster you swore to defeat. How ironic. But you know what you need to do.
I know, but how am I...
You can do anything when you're with me, TBB. I am in control of us. Embrace the Pearl Knight, and with me, you shall.
If that thing dies, there will be so much time energy from the blast that it'll rip holes in the fabric of reality. I need to stop them.
No, you listen to me to the letter, TBB. You must kill the dragon.
I am going to keep the dragon from harm, and when I'm done with that, I'm coming for you.
We'll see how much you think you know.
Nathan, do you see who that is?
Is that TBB?
Stop attacking the dragon. Fight Bora. The dragon cannot die.
TBB! Bora, you liar! He's still alive? Samir, attack the order. Defend the dragon.
Got it. Don't kill the dragon.
Stability is restored.
What have you done?
What's going on?
I received our mission report, sire. The royal guards, well, they think it's best if we just,
Adius, order. I agree. We will drop the case of the murderers. I have a kingdom in my hands, and I cannot drown in my need for revenge.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, my royal advisor. How has the kingdom been during my journey?
Nothing too big has happened, sir, but one of our soldiers, Sir Nicholas, went missing along with a few.
I want every guard, available or not, outside immediately.